Hey guys, I just picked up Riven. What combos should I learn first? What skin is the best to anim cancel? How do I play into Darius? Should I learn how to fast Q combo? Is it worth learning Riven or should I quit? Which Riven player is the best? What differs a good Riven from a bad one? I'm very bad and I don't know what to learn first. And how the fuck do I shy combo? Hey guys, it's RBC and I'm gonna answer those questions and explain to you guys the different things a Riven player needs to learn and what makes the difference between an average Riven player and an experienced one. First of all, learning Riven is not something linear. There's no point A to point B type of pattern. Some players will be learning the mechanics first, but even that topic is very vast. Mechanics could be combos or it could also be trading patterns. You will think that's all mechanics are about. But there is also spacing and movements, which are a huge part of Riven mechanics. And this is actually one of the things that makes a huge difference when it comes to average and really good Riven players. I'm gonna make a list of things that anyone will have to learn when picking up Riven. But keep in mind that there is no specific order, even though some of those things are more important than the others. So, we got the knowledge, which includes knowing and playing every matchups. Knowing your potential, let it be damage or turnaround potential. Knowing builds and being able to adapt accordingly. Proper wave management. How and when to zone people away during laning phase. Knowing when and how to use flash. Proper management of your win slash. And then we got the mechanics, which include learning basic and short combos, mixing combos together, learning how to cancel Q and W animations, learning and practicing the fast Q combo, learning and practicing the QW cancel, learning how to manage and play around cooldowns, learning how to space properly, learning all the possibilities of Riven's Q, learning double cast ability, learning proper positioning in and out of laning phase. This starts to be a big list, and there are other things to learn, but I can't just mention everything. Those are basically the big lines. Now, I'm gonna talk about things that make a difference between an average Riven player and a really good one. There are a lot of things, and most of them are just small details, but if you add them all together, it starts to make a huge gap between the players. Like I said, spacing and cooldown management is a very important thing on Riven, and it's also something I spoke about in one of my previous videos. And it's something that a lot of players are not aware of, or are not managing well enough. It can make a huge difference during a trade or a teamfight. Another small thing is basically tracking your XP and playing accordingly. Let's say that you're about to hit level 6 and you really want to kill your lane opponent, but your spells are all down. You probably do not want to kill that one minion right now. You want to keep it alive until your spells are about to come back up. Why? Because if you reach 6, it's gonna scare your opponent and he's gonna back off. And since your spells are all down, you just can't go in instantly. But if you can actually delay your level 6 until your spells are about to come up, it won't give time to your opponent to place themselves in a safe spot. And that is just not a level 6 thing. That can be used during a level 2 or level 3 power spike as well, for an early trade and potential first blood. A really big thing is also wave management. Everyone thinks that a strong lane champion such as Riven has to be aggressive by going all in all the time, killing their lane opponents and going 10-0 at minute 5. But that's just wrong. Most of the time, you won't even be able to kill your opponent once in lane, especially when you reach higher elo. But Riven is really oppressive and she can also control the waves really easily with her kit. A high elo Riven player is going to abuse their lead or their matchup by controlling the wave properly, able to get a lot of levels of lead as well as CS. That could be a 50 CS lead or even more. With that also comes slow pushes and ally jungler dives. Riven has the tools to deny XP and farm, and that's how she can dominate a lane even by going 0-0 for 15 minutes. But an average Riven player will often look for kills or to perma-push, either dying like a dumbass or going even in lane when they could have gotten an insane XP lead and CS lead. Then there are many other things that makes the difference. Like I said, wave management and zoning are also going to make a huge difference between Riven players. The same goes for short trades. The more experienced the Riven is, and the more she will be able to damage her opponent without taking any damage back. An experienced player will also know better when he can go for a trade and when they should back off or play slower instead. The macro also comes in handy, as they will be able to use their lead better on the map. They will know better when they will be able to teamfight, skirmish or to go for a play. Being a better Riven player isn't just for mechanics, It mainly comes from knowledge and knowing the potential and limits of the champions. But not only that, they also know the potential of the enemy champion. By pressing tab, they're able to identify whether or not a play or a kill is possible. Basically, to get better at Riven, you don't have to learn anything in a specific order. You just have to learn your matchups, and you're gonna lose them all, like a lot of matchups. You're gonna have to lose a shit ton of matchups. You're gonna get so tilted that you may want to give up on the champion, but you have to practice them. And to practice them, you have to lose a lot. You have to practice and limit test a lot. Realize what works and what does not. If you do not take any risk, you're never gonna know your limits, and you are never gonna get better. Do not learn every single combos, at least not at first. Learn the basics, focus on the matchups, and learn your limits. Spam games, don't give up, you will get better.